Tonight on Coyote News, one organization raises over $50,000 for Children's Miracle Network. And students had the opportunity to learn about 15 different cultures. I'm John Weatherington.
And I'm Kathleen Surrey. Learn about how Title IX is affecting players and coaches at USD, and see which group will be representing USD on the national level.
Plus, we hear students' opinion on campus foods. But first, the headlines with Abby Pierce.
At least 20 students were injured today when a sophomore male student went on a stabbing spree at Franklin Regional High School in Murrysville, Pennsylvania. 4 of the students are said to be critically injured, and authorities say the 16-year-old suspect is in custody and being questioned by the police. Toyota recalled more than 6 million vehicles worldwide today, including more than 2 million in the United States. The recall covers 5 different defects. Some vehicles were recalled for more than one problem, and the model's production spans from April 2004 to August 2013. The Associated Press reports that none of the defects are linked with crashes or deaths, but Toyota is aware of 2 fires linked to a defective starter. Sioux Falls voters favoring a new Walmart store on the south side of the city had a landslide victory last night. The Walmart plan won by a 65 to 35% margin. The store will be built at the intersection of 85th and Minnesota. It's the 4th Walmart in Sioux Falls. And those are your headlines.
The USD women's basketball team isn't the only group of Coyotes to reach success at the national level this spring. Coyote News' Austin Ashlock dropped in on a USD club as they prepare for the national stage.
It's August 30th, 2012 at Rock World Amusement Park.
For the first time since the mid-1990s, Brianna Hayland and the USD mock trial team are preparing for a trip to the National Championship Tournament in Orlando, Florida.
It's huge. We haven't been here in a long time, and not the team that we have now. So it's a big deal to us, and it's a huge accomplishment.
While the team may have already made it to nationals, advisor Sandy McEwen said the preparation isn't unlike a case that would take place in a courtroom just like this.
The students are given a case. Usually it's in one year it'll be a criminal case, and another year it'll be a civil case, and they each take on roles as either attorneys or witnesses. Their job is to learn the basic trial skills that lawyers use when they're litigating cases, and then they compete against other schools on the case.
For Hayland and the rest of the team, getting to this point has been no small feat, putting in the hours both inside the classroom and out.
We practice twice a week, Tuesday, Thursdays, for 3 hours at a time, and outside of that we all put in individual work, working with attorneys and witnesses, so in all it's probably 10 to 12 hours a week that we put in.
As for McEwen, she says the team has hit the right notes at the right time.
One, I think it's probably fair to acknowledge that mock trial is a very subjective activity, and so it's a matter of hitting the right stride with your particular set of judges. Our students have done a very good job of doing that.
For Coyote News, I'm Austin Ashlock.
The American Mock Trial Association's National Championship Tournament begins in Orlando on Friday.
This week, students are taking over the muck with art, research, and design for USD's annual Idea Fest. This 2-day event highlights over 200 presentations from more than 500 undergraduate and graduate students. Participants set up posters, oral presentations, and even fashion to display their academic and creative research. Idea Fest also features several keynote speakers. Yesterday, senior research scientist Richard Sayre presented Making Next Generation Biofuel Systems Work. Tonight at 7 o'clock in Alf's Auditorium, Sustainable Food Systems activist Ellen Gustafson will present her lecture, Leading Change and Innovation. Started in 1992, this marks Ideas Fest's 22nd annual year on campus. Coyote News' Erica Arpan is live in the muck with Idea Fest chairman Brian Burrell. Erica?
Thanks, John. As students present their research at Idea Fest, others have the opportunity to come in and learn about a topic that they maybe didn't know about. Thanks for being with us, Brian. What kind of research can we find at Idea Fest?
Well, you'll find a whole variety of things. There's neuroscience, there's chemistry, physics, there's work in political science, there are panel discussions in economics, the fine arts are represented, and so it's everything here at USD. And that's unusual among colleges, where research days are usually just the natural sciences.
All right. And how far in advance do students research their topics?
Some of these students have been working for over a year on these projects, but some of them may have started last summer and completed them during the summer.
With the different keynote speakers, how do you decide on who to bring in?
We've been on a process lately of asking various departments and programs on campus to help pick someone. So usually the faculty, with some input from the students, pick somebody in their field. So for example, we ended up sort of settling on a sustainability political science angle this year. Next year it might be education, for example.
All right, thanks so much. Idea Fest ends with keynote speaker Ellen Gustafson in Elf's Auditorium tonight at 7. Live in the Muck, I'm Erica Arpan.
Thanks, Erica. Coming up after the break, learn why UPD is handing out so many parking tickets this semester and how students can avoid getting one. Stay tuned.
Hey guys, sorry I'm late.
If you came in late, you can watch anything you missed on our YouTube channel.
Parking lots have certain parking rights for a reason, and as some students have found out the hard way, the UPD hands out tickets to those who are illegally parked. This semester alone, UPD has handed out over 2,800 parking tickets, which is more than 30 tickets per day. Most tickets are handed out because students fail to register their vehicle for the parking lot, or they park in a visitor parking lot. Tickets are handed out 24/7, and students should only park in those lots which their permit allows. Students are allowed to park in A lots and any permit lots after 5 o'clock and on the weekend without permits, although A parking lots don't allow parking between 2 and 6 a.m.
Same-sex marriage was defended at USD's law school on Monday. Students filled the law school courtroom for the second annual Lavender Lecture to hear Professor Dale Carpenter discuss sexual orientation in the law and marriage equality in the U.S. Same-sex marriage issues are entering more courtrooms. Carpenter says his academic interest led him to speak about the subjects. He says there are a number of ways to argue in favor of same-sex marriage. Carpenter's main goal is trying to appeal to skeptics.
Persuading people who are more conservative in their politics and in their personal lives to accept the idea that this is actually a conservative idea.
17 states have legalized gay marriage thus far, and more are expected. Depending on how the Supreme Court rules, nationwide legalization is possible.
That could happen as early as a year from this summer, so in June of 2015. If not, I think it may take a decade or more.
Carpenter says conservative perspectives, religion, and natural law are all factors in arguments surrounding same-sex relationships. Carpenter has been publicly lecturing on these issues for over a decade.
On Friday, the USD School of Law will bring in Judge Romonda Belcher. Coyote News' Taylor Moore is in the muck to discuss why she was chosen to speak.
Thanks, Kathleen. I'm live in the muck with one of the hosts of the Thurgood Marshall speaker, Andrew Twinamasico. Thank you so much for coming, Andrew. So we all want to know why the School of Law chose Romonda Belcher as keynote speaker.
Well, actually, Judge Romonda Belcher was supposed to be our guest speaker last year, but we had inclement weather, so she couldn't make it. But really, Justice Romonda Belcher actually epitomizes what the Thurgood Marshall Lecture is about. She is the first African-American female judge to be appointed in to the judiciary in the state of Iowa. So just like treading in the footsteps of Justice Thurgood Marshall, Romonda Belcher will actually embody that same path that Thurgood Marshall took and bring it live to USD.
And so how has she actually paved the way for future African-Americans desiring to practice law?
For one thing, she's an inspiration. As somebody would say, her presence is charity. Being here inspires other people of minority origin to aspire to a place that she is in, and she's also involved in other activities, mentoring people, including law students, into following a path. And just, she's in a state of admiration saying, you know, I'm at where I'm at right now. Somebody else can be there, although I came from a place that's, you know, has historically been discriminated against. So I think she will be an inspiration, and the things that she does, her activities, her involvement in different activities also is an inspiration and will encourage other people to follow her path.
Well, thank you so much, Andrew. That was Andrew Twinamasico, one of the hosts of the Thurgood Marshall Speaker. Live in the Muck, I'm Taylor Moore.
Thanks, Taylor. On this week's Coyote blog, Charlie Daldorf encourages students to end the semester on a strong note. Charlie?
Hello, everybody. We're on the home stretch now, people. We made it. Just a couple more papers and exam boss fights and it'll be all over. But that doesn't mean you can slack off and lose sight of your goals. And now I know people, friends, who are well into their collegiate career, throwing it away because of garbage reasons. So here's my take. What are you doing? This is the most important time of your life and you throw it away because of drugs, gaming, and partying? You're going to be walking out of college no better than when you first walked in. People would kill to be in your position right now, that you constantly take life for granted each day. It's sick in a horrible, bad way. And I'm not even mad. I'm just sad and disappointed that people who could be incredibly successful are missing opportunities left and right. Some of you are so focused on the now that you aren't even postulating your future. If I'm describing you, or you know somebody like this, go slap yourself or them or both. This is my public service announcement for everybody. Go save a college student from themselves. For Coyote Blog, I'm Charlie Daldorf, and thanks for watching.
Thanks, Charlie. Coming up after the break, students had another opportunity to experience other cultures. But first, hear how entertainment was added to a 24-hour fundraiser. Stay with us.
It's not hard for students to help save children's lives, as long as they are willing to dance for it. Dakotathon, or Dance Marathon, has been changing lives for 17 years. And as Coyote News' Mackenzie Schaffbenter reports, it's not only children's lives it's saving.
Thousands of dollars are raised for Children's Miracle Network each year through Dance Marathon, a 24-hour event involving dancing, games, and other activities. Emma Bader has not only been helped by Dance Marathon, but has influenced others by participating in the event for the last 7 years.
It helped me accomplish so other people that you can do anything that make a difference in the whole world.
While the participants work hard to give the children a day they'll never forget, the children and their families give much more to the participants: inspiration.
Every story is original, and every year they demonstrate how tragic their child's life was at the beginning, but then how amazingly they have progressed, and it's an amazing experience.
Dance Marathon raised over $56,000 this year, and second-year attendee Robbie Jeffries believes the experience is worth all the effort.
This is something you definitely want to do. It changes your life. Out of all the things you do in college, this is probably the most gratifying thing.
For Coyote News, I'm Mackenzie Schaffbenter.
Another Dakotathon event was a dueling pianos concert. USD hosted a concert Saturday. The performance also raised money. The music group provided high-end entertainment to students, children, and their families.
Well, doing pianos is part of Dance Marathon, and we were able to contact some people in the Twin Cities to come down and support Children's Miracle Network and put on the show for the kids to watch and enjoy the songs that are their favorites.
The dueling pianos played music while Dakotathon executive members acted them out on stage. Dueling Pianos was just one of the many events that took place during Dakotathon. The event raised over $56,000, the largest amount ever raised by USD Dakotathon.
Diverse food and music were on display during the Festival of Nations Sunday in the Muck Ballroom. People from over 15 different nations shared cultures and also celebrated diversity.
We have people from all over the country, both as students and faculty members, and people living in the community also. And we want to share their cultures with the world and just sort of celebrate that we're what we have in common. We eat together, we're happy, we dance and sing.
Ethnic dishes from the different countries were available to sample.
We get exposed to different tastes of different foods, and we enjoy the different costumes and the different performances.
During the festival, participants showcased their talents with music and dance, and guests had the opportunity to meet some new people.
I like participating in this event because it's just a great opportunity for everyone to get together. It's a great opportunity to show some unity and some friendships that maybe wouldn't have originally happened, and share great memories with lots of great people from all over.
This was the festival's 6th year on campus. This year, every continent was represented except Australia.
USD students don't only want to stay fit by going to the Wellness Center, but they are also eating healthier foods. On this week's Yote Report, Bailey Millen finds out how local food stores help students prepare healthy meals.
A growing trend in today's world is the craze of healthy foods and eating right. In Vermilion, local stores are making the effort to learn more in order to benefit their customers. At Hy-Vee, Health Market Manager Joseph Vogel attends conventions around the country to learn about new products.
When you look at the item that has a proven track record, might resonate well with the population here that will come to your store and look at perhaps purchase. So that's why I try doing my very best and knowing your demographics of what kind of people are looking for your products and making those decisions. So.
Vogel says he does a lot of independent research outside of the store, so he knows there's evidence behind each product he chooses to sell. He says it's important to choose items which have shown to sell well.
Everything from gluten-free spaghetti to olive oil, they'll actually taste test a dozen different items and what comes best in their taste test. So I like to actually get those products in as well.
Vogel says students should have no problem finding what they need on the shelves, but if they can't find it, they also will have no problem ordering it to the Vermilion Hy-Vee.
It's really just about any product. It doesn't matter if it's water from Iceland or chocolates from Italy. Usually I'm pretty good about finding any item.
He uses Cooks Illustrated, a corporation who taste tests many organic products, to verify the tasting of each product he sells.
So you can see the new products coming up online. You can taste them, test them. You can see the producers themselves, the owners of the company, and the people who roast the coffee or grow the vegetables. You can actually talk to them about their products. You get a huge advantage and leg up to really know what their product line's about.
Vogel says Hy-Vee offers many different options for students, such as gluten-free and vegetarian. Students looking for help with these options are encouraged to talk to Vogel and to learn more. For the Yote Report, I'm Bailey Millen.
Coming up after the break, hear how Title IX is affecting USD coaches and players. And the track team once again claimed multiple victories at their latest meet. Stay tuned.
Have you ever felt alone? In a sea of people, you're silent, but screaming on the inside. Your tears are hidden behind a forced smile. 15% of those clinically depressed commit suicide, but those people aren't just numbers. They're your sister, your brother, your best friend. They're that person you put down the other day. Every 40 seconds, someone around the world commits suicide. Make the lost the found.
Tonight on Coyote Sports, the USD track and field teams hosted their only outdoor meet of the season, and one athlete was named Summit League Athlete of the Week. I'm Nathan Elbeck.
And I'm Nicole Griffith. A volleyball player has been chosen for a national team, plus sports commentator Courtney Sterrett explains why we should be cheering for UConn. First, the headlines. Abby?
The University of Connecticut's men's and women's basketball teams both claimed national championship titles this week. First, the 8th-seeded men's team defeated Kentucky on Monday night, before the 1st-seeded and undefeated women's team beat previously unbeaten Notre Dame. The women's team finished the season 40-0. UConn also swept the national championships in 2004. A men's basketball player from the University of Massachusetts has become the first openly gay player in Division I men's basketball. Derek Gordon, a sophomore starter, decided to announce his news after seeing Jason Collins sign with the Brooklyn Nets. Collins is the first openly gay player in the NBA. The USD has named a new head volleyball coach. As announced by athletic director David Herbster, Leanne Williamson had the word interim dropped from her title today. Williamson has been the assistant coach at USD since 2009. And those are your headlines.
When it comes to gender domination at USD, the campus women have a leg up. But as Coyote News' Megan Card reports, Title IX could lead to major changes to keep athletics in compliance with federal law.
Athletic Director David Herbster says before 1973, opportunities did not exist for women to ensure equality and access to sports. 40 years later, student athletes may become more familiar with Title IX, as USD's enrollment plays into whether their sport stays or goes.
If we strictly look at proportionality, having more and more females on campus and less males hurts us, because we would then really need to look at adding more women on rosters and eliminating men's spots. And to me, it's always difficult in order to create opportunity, to eliminate opportunity to do it.
Senior Maddie Warder says educating others on the law and being an advocate has led to an honors thesis on Title IX. Her journey with the legislation began with her brother, who lost his wrestling team at Division I Marquette University because of the law.
I have to be thankful for Title IX. It's the reason I had a tennis scholarship. It's the reason that I got to play. But before that, we had a baseball team, a men's baseball team, and because of Title IX, baseball got cut, we got the tennis team.
As student athletes continue to take to the field, Title IX will continue to follow. While the future of the law is unclear, its impact is evident, with 2.5 million more girls competing in high school sports than ever before. For Coyote News, I'm Megan Card.
To ensure Title IX compliance, the athletic department is following 3 strict guidelines. Institutions are judged on proportionality of enrollment, showing a history of adding opportunities for women, and serving interest and ability.
USD sprinter and long jumper Jeff O'Connell was named Summit League Athlete of the Week after leading the men's track and field team with 2 victories at the Yankton Outdoor Track Meet, a meet against SDSU North Dakota and Omaha. O'Connell won the 200-meter dash and the long jump, setting conference bests in both events, while also taking second in the 100-meter dash.
USD women's volleyball player Kendall Crittenbrink will play on the U.S. Collegiate National Team this summer. The program trains and competes in conjunction to the USA Volleyball Girls Junior National Championships, held in Minneapolis in June and July. Crittenbrink was chosen after trying out for the team in February. She was the Summit League Player of the Year last season and is currently second on USD's all-time kills list. Crittenbrink ranked first in the league in kills, points, and points per set.
USD diver Grayson Herding was named Summit League Diver of the Year. Herding swept the 1 and 3 meter diving competitions and was named MVP diver at the championships. The freshman received the Conference Diver of the Week award 10 of the 13 weeks.
When it comes to March Madness, everyone has their own opinion. This week on Sports Commentary, Courtney Sterrett gives us a reason why we still should be rooting for the national champions.
Well, UConn won again, and I know a lot of people weren't too satisfied with that outcome. I'm not a Connecticut fan, and I'm all about rooting for the underdog, but I just want to say congratulations, Huskies. They may rarely lose, especially the women, and this is their 4th NCAA championship in the past 16 years, but you can't say that they didn't earn it. If they didn't work hard at practice, then they wouldn't have won so many games. Not only did they take the court by storm, but they got their act together in the classroom and improved academically. Everyone knows last year UConn was banned from the NCAA tournament after failing to meet the academic requirements. A lot of players on this year's team were affected by the poor grades of players back from 2007, and players like Shabazz Napier were determined to make something of them with this year's eligibility. The optimism the players showed months before the tournament to defy their odds was great. Not only did the players succeed, but their coach Kevin Ollie is quite an achiever as well. He's the first coach in over 20 years to win a national title within his first 2 seasons as a D1 head coach. That's quite the career builder. I'm a Michigan fan, and I'm proud of them for making it to the Elite 8. After they lost out, I honestly didn't care too much about who would win, but I'll support Ollie and his team. This just means that next year, all of the other teams will be determined to beat UConn, and UConn will be determined to keep up a winning streak, making the tournament oh so competitive. For Coyote Sports, I'm Courtney Sterrett.
Thanks, Courtney. After the break, Chuck finds out if students actually know things or if they just say they do. Stay with us.
Coyote News, Wednesday, live at 5.
Over the past few years, USD has undergone a food revolution. Commons Fare moved to the Muck, and Qdoba, Chick-fil-A, and Einstein Bagels came to campus.
On this week's Out and About, we asked students if they're satisfied with Aramark food.
Yeah, I'd say it's pretty good. It's got everything I really enjoy to eat.
Yeah, I think it's pretty good.
I mean, like, absolutely. Like, who couldn't love it?
No, I'm not.
It's so good.
I think it tastes like crap, actually.
I don't really eat the food in the Muck. Yeah, actually I love it. I would eat it every day if I had the money for it.
I'm a fan, especially the breadsticks.
I try to avoid that place when necessary.
I really like the salad bar.
Especially the Commons food. Never seems to sit well.
I am, but it gets pretty old.
It's okay. I think there could be a better variety.
I'm a bigger fan of like the chain restaurants like Qdoba and Chick-fil-A, I guess.
It's alright, there's a big variety in everything. You can get about anything you want here.
What's the Aramark food?
I am satisfied with the food. I really like the wok. You're gonna make what you like and mix it all up, get it all spicy.
On this week's Chuck in the Muck, Chuck finds out if students actually know things or if they just say they do.
This week, we're going to find out how much people actually know and how much they pretend to know. The Eiffel Tower was built in 1834. What country is it standing in right now?
America?
When was the Eiffel Tower stolen from America?
I have no idea.
It was built in the U.S.
The Eiffel Tower?
Yeah. 1852, I don't know.
I believe it was 1873. You are so close. It was 72. Yeah, we traded the Louisiana Purchase for the Eiffel Tower.
Okay, now, yep.
Mind your bubble.
Yeah, I'm not a huge close talker.
What do you mean?
This, basically, is not really my thing.
Where did we find Osama bin Laden?
We found him in a bunker.
Where? What country?
In the country where we found him.
How'd you get your hair to look like that?
I woke up and I came here at 12:50. Do you want to ask me any questions?
Why are you standing so close to me?
What's your favorite Disney princess?
Probably Cinderella, because I understand what it's like to have to work with a bunch of lame women. Do I know the what?
Southing of Colombia?
I know there's a lot of cocaine and beautiful women. Oh, you guys just walked into the gauntlet. Oh, and he did.
I'm eating.
Yep. How you doing?
Good.
What are you eating?
Snow glows white on the mountain tonight. Not a wait for that to be seen. King of isolation, and it looks like I'm the king. Queen.
Hi. Chuck in the Muck's gonna shoot your career off, okay? People tend to believe what I tell them. Their mistake has been Chuck in the Muck.
A new copy of the Volant hit newsstands today. Be sure to pick up a paper to read about the possible changes coming to student evaluations and how the USD volleyball team is faring in the spring season without a head coach. An LSU gymnast is consistently scoring perfect 10s for her floor routine, one that's not normally seen. Junior Lomencia Hall has brought a different style of floor dance to college gymnastics. Her energetic routine features difficult tumbles and moves which haven't been seen before in gymnastics. Since February, Hall has received a perfect 10 4 times on the routine. The LSU team won their their regional meet on Saturday, and Hall says her goal this season is to help her team win its first ever team national title.
That's all for Coyote News. Don't forget to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter.
Have a great night. We'll see you next time.